Hello, 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 everybody. And if you're new here, welcome, because this is a new series. I don't know when this is going to go out. I'm recording this way ahead of schedule, because when I'm recording this, I have, like, barely scratched the surface of Hollow Knight still. Oh, the game is doing a thing, because I sat on the intro screen for too long. Anyways, hi, I'm doing something a little bit unusual, because I have a friend with me this time, if you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, you could just call me Newt for this. I don't have a channel. We're just vibing.
Yeah. That still might be a little bit loud compared to you. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
It's not too bad on my end, but yeah.
Turn it down a little bit more.
Yeah, just make sure the dialogue is audible. Also, we're gonna have to go through and make sure that this stays on novel mode.
Yeah, I didn't see any kind of setting for that.
It'll start, when you start the game, I think it's in the top right corner. And
Okay.
sometimes it turns itself off.
Huh.
Yes. So
Okay,
you might
good
have
to
keep
know.
checking.
Alright, well, I am not going into this blind, but it's the kind of thing where, like, I know some of the big twists, but not, like, any of the smaller things or how we get to those twists. So this is still gonna be I still don't know a lot of what's going on. So let's go ahead and get into it. 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors.
Is this your first Uchikoshi title?
Yes, it is.
Oh boy.
Please. Okay. This game is fiction, blah blah blah. 2 modes of play,
okay.
novel, and adventure. Okay. And again, if the audio is off balance in this video, after recording this, I will go back and check it and see if I need to adjust any settings for the next one.
Yeah, hopefully it's not completely inaudible.
Yeah. Okay. A loud noise startled Junpei awake, and his eyes snapped open.
What the?
As they adjusted to the light, he realized that he didn't recognize his surroundings. Now that's pretty quiet. Hold up. It was just the music in the beginning was really loud.
Yeah.
With a crack, Junpei's head connected with something metal. He rolled over and threw out his hand to steady himself, but he found himself groping at empty air.
What? Whoa!
His balance lost and his still fuzzy mind struggling to understand what was going on, Junpei tumbled down to the cold gray floor.
Ouch! God damn it! What the hell?
Who voices Junpei?
Oh, I have to look that up.
A bed? I fell pretty far. That really hurt.
Evan Smith.
Oh.
Damn, my eyesight's kind of
And
blurry.
his Japanese
Must have hit my
voice
head.
is Tatsuhisa Suzuki.
Oh.
No, wait. That's not it.
Whoever that is.
An earthquake. But
I'll just have
it's
to
shaking
take
too
a look.
fast for that. Anyway. Where am I?
Apparently, he is in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R as Prosciutto.
Oh. His
And a
pain
whole bunch of
momentarily
weapons.
forgotten. Hey, there was something I missed there. Okay. Yeah.
Is there a
scroll back
history?
up. Yes. Okay. His pain momentarily forgotten in the face of the confusion of his circumstances, Junpei looked around the room once again. Minutes passed while Junpei struggled to get his bearings. Then, as suddenly as they had begun, the tremors ceased.
Wait, it stopped?
A cold silence fell over the room. From somewhere far away, Junpei could hear the sound of metal squeaking.
What's that sound?
In an attempt to distract himself, Junpei looked around the room once more. There was a stove that looked more antique than functional. The 3-level bunk bed had mattresses that were so thin that they were little more than blankets. Ugh. On the other side of the room was an identical bed, and set in the wall between the beds was a slightly dirty iron door. I would say that's a little bit more than slightly dirty. That looks pretty grimy.
That's...
He's like 21 years old and he lives in an apartment, and I think he's like a business major or some shit. It's like this is his idea of slightly dirty because he probably lives off cup ramen and washes his bed sheets once a year.
Junpei on r/male living spaces.
Literally.
The first thing Junpei noticed about the door was the number roughly emblazoned across it. On the surface of the door, in red paint, someone had written the number 5.
5? What's this 5 mean?
Suspicious.
What are numbers?
Suspicious and still utterly confused, Junpei approached the door slowly. Standing at last in front of the door, Junpei grabbed hold of the L-shaped handle. A push yielded no movement, and a pull the same result. Dude, there's a card reader right here.
Open.
It's lit up red! It didn't matter how much he pushed and shoved, the handle wouldn't budge.
He doesn't get context clues.
Next to the door was an odd-looking device that reminded Junpei of a card reader.
What's this? Is this keeping the door shut?
Junpei knocked hard on the door.
Hey! Hello? Is anyone there? Open the door!
There was no response. Junpei threw his left fist into the door and stopped.
Huh? What the hell is this?
He wasn't really sure what else to say. On his left wrist was a bracelet of a sort he'd never seen before. In the center was a large LCD display, which also reads
watch.
5.
It doesn't look like one. 5. That's the same as the door.
True, the numbers were the same, but he had no idea what that might mean. All he knew was that it was strange and new, and he wanted it off. I just thought of Ben 10.
Junpei 10.
Ben flipped... Okay. Junpei, not Ben, flipped his hand over as if to remove a watch, but...
What? How do I take this off?
The other side of the bracelet was solid. No buckle, no clasp, nothing. He sighed and flipped the thing back over. There were a number of rivets around the rim of the surface, or of the face. Perhaps...
Maybe pushing something on this will work?
He pushed them, but nothing happened. On a watch, they might be dials for adjusting date or time, but on this bracelet, they did nothing.
Nothing. Damn. Guess I'll have to force it off.
Doing that seems like maybe a bad idea. Growing more desperate, he began to tug at it. However...
No good. This stupid thing won't come off.
A steel ring ran from the face around Junpei's wrist and back into the face. He wouldn't be pulling the bracelet off anytime in the near future.
What the hell is the deal with this thing?
Frustration and desperation were beginning to mix as the reality of the situation began to dawn fully on Junpei. So much was happening, and none of it made sense. Junpei felt as though he were about to explode.
Where am I? And why the hell am I here? Why? What the hell happened to me?
Whoa!
My head.
Pain bloomed, but he did his best to shake it off. He raised his head.
Huh.
It was at that moment that he noticed the window.
This is...
The window was round, rimmed in riveted brass, like a window from an early 20th century ship.
Hold on. Am I on a ship?
Junpei walked slowly toward the window. He could see nothing beyond it but thick, impenetrable darkness.
I can't see anything. If only it wasn't so dark outside.
Junpei squinted, trying to see something. Anything. It was at that moment...
Huh? What the...
Uh-oh.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Uh-oh.
What the hell is going on here?
Uh-oh. A crack split the glass of the window, and for a moment Junpei stared at it. Then the window burst, and water began to pour into the room.
What the hell? God damn it!
Junpei yelled and spun around. His feet slipping on the water already coming through the window, he ran for the door.
Hey! Anyone! Is anyone there? Come on, if you're there, say something!
There was no reply. As Junpei screamed and pounded on the door, the water began to rise. It was now ankle-deep on the floor and rising quickly toward his knees.
It's not stopping. Not good. Not good at all. Okay, I need to find a way out, and fast.
Junpei ran a hand across his forehead, brushing the sweat out of his eyes, and looked around the room.
Alright. Yeah, so I think what usually happens is that when you get to the segment where you actually have to solve the puzzle, it switches back to adventure mode.
Mm-hmm. Makes
And
sense.
so, yeah, you would have to switch it to novel again then.
Makes sense. Okay, so... Is that just showing the layout? Operations during an escape. You're restricted to an area. Your goal, search around to uncover how to unlock the door. There are items and hints in the room that will help you escape. Click on a location you find suspicious to search the room. Use Q or E to move around the room. Huh. Okay. Okay, what's in here? No dice, it's locked tight. Let's see if there's anything in the keyhole. It's a small keyhole. If I want to open the briefcase, I need to fill it up with a key. Okay.
Oh, and also, if you click on things multiple times, sometimes he will have different things to say about them. Like, try it with the ladder.
Oh. The ladder.
Yeah.
Can't see the bottom of the ladder. Oh man, the water's already up to the bottom of the bed. Gotta hurry this up. This is the ladder that goes up to the top bunk. So, ladder, we meet again!
No, oh, he's not done. He's not done.
Once again, I gaze upon this stately ladder. Ladder? I don't even know her! Most original joke ever.
He's the worst.
As I gaze into the ladder gazes into me. Hey, so did you hear what the shopkeeper said after his ladder got stolen? No, what do you say? Further steps will be taken. And that's why I have no friends. Oh, I love him already.
That's why, Junpei.
About items. Once you've obtained an item, you'll be able to go to the item screen. Clicking item on the top left will take you to the item screen. Okay. So... investigate with an item. The item visible in the lower left corner is the item currently in hand. When you close the item screen, the last selected item will be in hand. If you hold an item while investigating the room, you may trigger a reaction. Okay, okay. Or press B to quickly change between them. Okay. Picture frame. Interesting. Guess that's a lever, huh? Maybe if I pull it? Well, looks like pulling on the lever just makes a weird noise. Great. The light's still red and the display hasn't changed. Damn it! Why the hell isn't this thing opening? Okay. Is there anything up there? Well, worst case scenario, I can just climb up there. Yeah, right, like that's gonna work.
It worked for a little while.
It's the door to the stove. Well, it opens easily enough. Sure wish the door to get out of here was that easy to open. Well, that solves the mystery of whether or not this stove has been used before. What's this? It looks red. A screwdriver! Combining items. Okay, well... firstly, it's a pretty small keyhole. Need to find the key that goes in it. Okay.
Yeah, the good thing about playing this with me is that I can't really accidentally give you hints because I don't know I don't remember how to do any of these. On the other hand, that's also a negative point of playing with me.
Yeah. Okay, so given that it prompted me to try combining stuff when I picked up the screwdriver. Okay, well.
When you look at the item, can you examine it fully, like the back as well? Or is it... Okay.
Can indeed rotate things.
Yes.
Doesn't seem like there's anything hidden on the sink. It's the only drain in this room. There's a towel next to the sink. There's nothing on top of the shelf. Bulletin board, there's nothing on it. Okay. Oh. Aha.
Should probably hold on to this key. Huh? Oh, what's up
Whoa.
with my face? I look like
Marty
a zombie.
McFly.
Man, what the hell happened to me? How did I end up here? I left work, headed back to my apartment, and... I'm back. Not like anyone will respond.
Yes.
It was past midnight when he came home. Junpei shuffled up the stairs and opened the door to apartment 201. Inside was his apartment, a small one-bedroom affair that ran him about $630 a month. He moved into it when he entered college, and so far he'd been there for 3 years and 7 months. He stepped inside and turned on the lights. The fluorescent lights on the ceiling blinked and flickered slowly to life, as if waking from a deep slumber.
Man, work was rough today.
Their cold light illuminated the landscape he'd come home to so many times before. Everything was as he'd left it. The magazines piled up in the corner, the textbooks collecting dust, the CD cases covering the floor, the jeans and t-shirt he'd worn the day before, then tossed onto the floor. Dude, pick some stuff up. There was one thing that didn't belong, however.
Huh? A breeze.
Bro
The
never
white
opens
curtain-
the window.
Framing his window swayed gently in the cold wind.
Huh, that's weird. Did I leave that open?
Junpei walked toward the window, trying to remember if he'd closed it or not before he left. One of the panes was hanging open. He stuck his head out and looked around.
Everything looks okay. I must have forgotten to close it.
He closed the window. Then it happened.
What?
Junpei turned and found himself face to mask with a man dressed all in black. The man wore a deep hood and a bulky gas mask. His face was entirely hidden.
Who are...
Suddenly, he couldn't finish. Junpei tried to yell, but all he could manage was a strangled croak.
I can't...
Junpei collapsed to the floor, a crumpled heap of limbs like a discarded puppet. Too late, he noticed the white smoke that was quickly filling his apartment. A small object, shaped distressingly like a grenade, sat on the floor in front of his face, hissing. The white smoke poured out of it at an incredible rate. The smoke had grown so thick that the details of Junpei's apartment began to fade into the white haze. He could feel his mind begin to fade as well, a white haze that was not smoke creeping into the edges of his vision.
Consider this a privilege. You have been chosen.
Yeah, some privilege. A rasping voice wormed its way out of the gas mask. It was cold and harsh, and distorted in some way Junpei couldn't put his finger on.
He's never seen the Saw movies.
You are going to participate in a game.
I mean, I haven't seen them either, but at least I know what Jigsaw sounds like.
Yeah.
The memory game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
That was the last thing Junpei remembered. The white smoke overpowered him. The masked man faded from his vision, and he felt his consciousness fall away into the white mist.
That's right. That guy with the gas mask. That son of a bitch must have taken me here. When I get my hands on him...
He ground his teeth in frustration and strained to remember anything about his attacker's figure.
Well, I guess there's no way to know if that was a man or not.
The voice had been cold and mechanical, likely passed through a voice changer. Gee, you think? And the body had been
Likely.
covered in a thick cloak.
He just
Who
sounds like
was
that.
They said, you have been chosen.
What it might mean, that was beyond him.
What the hell is going on? Why me?
There was only one thing from his memory that seemed important.
You are going to participate in a game. The memory game. It is a game where you will put your life on the line.
The nonary game. Huh. What the hell is a nonary game? God damn it!
With a yell, Junpei drove his fist into the mirror. Okay then. Back. Okay. No, come here. Looks like the key is the right size, but I can't get it into the keyhole. Guess that means I need to find a different key about this size. No. Anything else in here? It's totally a stove. Nothing inside, though. There's a pipe at the other end of the bed. There's nothing up top. Can keep looking till the cows come home. All I'm going to find there is that pillow. Is there anything else I can use?
There's a curtain there.
Ah.
Yeah.
This is just like the blue briefcase. I see. Yep, there's a lock on this one too, and it's not opening. Now it is. Alright, let's stick that red key in there. It's not opening. In fact, it's not doing anything at all. Well, alright, I take that back. I guess I can move the dial now. So it looks like I'm going to have to put in the right numbers and then turn the key. I do that, and this thing should pop right open. Let's give it a shot. Minigames! During an escape, your investigation may trigger one of several minigames. All operations for the minigames are done by clicking the screen. Some minigames will require you to manipulate something. Others will only require you to apply the right object or click the right thing. Clicking the dial will cause it to move to the next number. Enter 4 numbers this way, then click the key. If the numbers are correct, it will unlock. Well, the only numbers I've seen so far have been 5s.
That would have been too easy, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's not opening. What am I gonna do? Just standing around and the water's still rising. There's no point to guess randomly. Okay.
Okay, so I feel like it's fairly obvious now you need the blue key as well.
Yep.
And I think you should try combining more item combinations.
Well, I feel like I've already tried all of the combinations of the items
missed-
that I have.
You did miss one, I think. I don't think you did screwdriver and picture frame, right?
I thought I did, but I can try it again. Ah. Oh, I see. Okay.
There we go.
Well, the screwdriver got those screws off easily enough, and here's the picture. Ah, okay.
This explains everything. Absolutely everything.
Well, actually, it kind of does.
Yes.
Let's see. Okay, so that is 7, 4, 9, 3. But the fact that some of these are red and some of these are blue. Well, I'll try 7, 4, 7, 4. Alright, let's give it another shot. Nope. Okay, let me take another look at that. Okay, so the red one is 7. Okay, and it wasn't that, so one more time. 4, 9, 3. Nope. Ah.
Yeah, the colors here are important too. So you have half of it, I believe. There's still more you need to, aside from the blue key, there's still more around the room that you need to find to actually get the right number.
Okay. Well, I can reach this bunk. Might as well look through it. Huh, damn, nothing here. You sure? Ah, can see from down here is the underside of the bunk. It's pretty high up there. And it goes up to the top bunk. Go up there!
No,
You're
apparently
useless, Junpei.
not. Yes. This is a fact.
Aha! There we go.
Okay.
Okay, so we got 7, 4, 8, 5. Okay. Nope, wrong one. And that is 7, 4, 8, 5. Yes!
There we go.
Unlocked it. It's opening. Stack of red key cards.
Oh, I forgot to mention, you're gonna have to do math for this.
Oh, lovely.
Like actual math. Okay, where haven't we checked?
It's cards with numbers on them. I'm pretty sure this is where I'm supposed to use them. Alright, let's slide these cards and see if they work. And... Huh? It's not working? Why? Damn it. Do I need some other cards to get this to work? Shit, I need to find more cards now! Oh, looks like we've got a light here and electricity. Yeah. Water just keeps pouring through the window. It's like a waterfall. Don't think shoving something into the window is gonna stop the water. No. It's a pretty poor excuse for the bed. Gotta die someday, but sure as hell don't want it to be here. I don't know, is there anything in here that I missed? Nothing left on the mirror. It's a pipe. I know. I'll crawl into the pipe and find a way out. There's nobody here to make fun of my lame jokes.
We're
This
here.
sucks.
We're watching.
Bro thinks he's a pillar man. There's some hangers
I mean,
on
he
the pole.
wasn't JoJo. His voice actor, anyway.
Five. What does that mean? So this friend of mine fell all the way down a 15-foot ladder. Wow, that's pretty bad. How's he doing? Oh, he's alright, but he's feeling pretty wrung out by the whole experience. I should be writing these down. They're comedy gold.
Oh, I know what you haven't looked at.
Oh, what?
Turn back around. The kettle. Nope.
Wrong thing. Back.
Wrong thing.
Ah, okay. Anything in here? Well, it looks like it's my lucky day. A key. Yeah, it's a little blue key. Alright. Alright, Nope. Put the key in the lock. And nothing. Guess I'm gonna need some sort of code. Yep. Well, let me take a look at my items. Let me see. So, for this one, we want 0, 2, 9, 3. 0, 2, 9, 3. 2, 9. I keep clicking too much. 3.
Okay.
Oh, hello. We have another person.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello.
We've been enjoying Junpei's ladder jokes.
Yes.
As one does. Sorry, I've been playing Fields of Mystria.
Oh, that's a 6, not a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 0, 2, 6, 3. There we go. Alright, let's see if these numbers work. A turn of the key, and hey, looks like it's working. Yes. Alright, let's open it up. Yes, it opened. Looks like there's something in here. What is this? A file? File screen. If you find any documents or notes during an escape, the information contained in them will be available on the file screen. Okay. Alright, let's see what's in this file. Digital root. Let's see here. Oh god. Oh, you weren't kidding about the math!
No.
Yeah. At least it's very simple math.
Add all the numbers in question to one another. If you end up with something greater than a single digit number, add the digits to one another. For instance, if you have a double digit number, add the number. Yep. Keep adding digits in this manner until you have a single digit answer. That final single digit is your digital root. Yep. Okay. Yep. Blah, blah, blah. I see. So I just keep adding numbers until I get a single digit number. Looks like there's something on the back of this thing. A notebook, a pen, and a calculator. Hold on. I'm gonna get a notebook and pen real quick. I have one right here, so.
Yeah, I forgot about there being a notebook, because that makes sense to why everybody's got fucking paper.
And a stack of key cards. Huh.
All right.
And
You know what you must do.
new material has been added to the file screen. Calculator. Can also calculate a digital root, which will be important to the progression of the story. Okay.
But back in ye old days of Epic Mafia, I actually used to play in-character notary games on there.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, so. I got one other hint. Of course, the files, something about a digital root. There's a 5 on that door. Do I have to get a digital root of 5? I'm not really sure about this. Whatever, it's worth a shot. Let's see if this works. I'll just slide the cards that give me the digital root of 5 through the reader. Click 3 cards to select them. The digital root of the selected cards will be displayed. Clicking reset will deselect all currently selected cards after you selected 3. Okay.
Yeah, so they don't make this too hard on you at first.
Yeah. But we need to get it to 5 specifically. Let's see.
You out. I'm actually gonna turn this down because the fucking music is loud. There we go.
Yeah, I've been like trying to adjust the settings to make sure everything is audible. Oh yeah, I am recording, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's. Oh no, wait. Crap. Almost had it. There we go.
Woohoo! We've escaped. The game is over.
Alright, I think this is gonna work. There we go, that's a new noise. And it's green. Huh, did it just unlock? Well, that light was red and now it's blue. Teal. No doubt about it. There's nothing keeping me in here now. Time to go. Let me out!
You found it.
I've solved your door puzzle. Accompanied by a wall of angry water, Junpei shot out of the room and into the opposing wall.
Ow!
The water tossed and turned him like a washing machine, and he only stopped rolling when he hit his head on the wall. Ouch.
My head. Wait.
Can we get like a head
it-
trauma counter going for him? 'Cause this is twice.
Wait. Okay. I didn't realize you were using English voices.
Yeah.
That felt too much
You're
like being
gonna
flushed down a
miss
toilet.
Keon.
Damn.
Junpei struggled to his feet in the still rushing water.
Well, better than drowning, I guess. Am I in a hallway?
Oh, he sounds so weird to me.
The water that had followed him out of the room was rapidly pouring out of the door. It flowed quickly down the hallway and slammed into the foot of the short flight of stairs.
Oh.
Just 5 steps, in fact. And at the top of this short staircase,
A door. Another door. Damn this water. Ugh. Let
Used to
me
Tatsun.
go.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, Junpei is Tatsun in the Japanese
Yeah.
track.
Junpei leapt up the stairs, going straight for the door.
I don't even know who
Yes,
fucking
it opened.
is anyone in the English cast.
The door burst open and Junpei exploded out of it, only to freeze in his tracks. What other possible response could there have been to what he saw?
What? What the hell?
His voice trailed off, and all he could do was stare. Yeah, I don't know of anybody who... I don't know any of the English voice actors that are in this off the top of my head.
Yeah.
A polished floor stretched out before him, ornate staircases rising up from the edges, each one of them equidistant from the others. The stairs and pillars were solid wood, and Art Nouveau embellishments and decorations covered the walls and pillars. It looked like nothing so much as the entrance to a luxurious mansion from the early 1900s.
This is the inside of a ship?
Junpei couldn't help but wonder.
Well,
The water quickly filling the hallway behind him suggested that yes, he was. As he looked, a fresh wave rolled out of the room he'd been in, gathering speed as it moved toward the stairs.
yeah, that's what I thought. This is totally Wait, what the hell? A wave? Oh shit! Shit! Okay, I gotta get out of here.
Junpei spun around, his wet shoes squeaking in protest on the polished floor, and ran toward the tremendous staircase in front of him. You posted the voice actors. Okay, I know a couple of those names. Yeah, I know a few of those names. I didn't know any of them were in this, though.
Oh, Ray Tonica. Blackus.
Sea deck.
John Chiplock. God.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm making a face because Wendy Lee.
B deck. Hurry! Hurry!
As he ran, he glanced quickly at the plates mounted on the wall denoting the decks of the ship.
A deck's next.
He took the stairs 2 at a time, not entirely sure where he would find himself, and I see the number 4 over here. Just as he began to wonder where, in fact, the stairs did lead,
What?
Junpei saw another person out of the corner of his eye. More than one, dude!
He can't count. We've been over this.
He stopped short, nearly tripping over the next stair, and looked. It wasn't just one person he'd seen. On the landing to the left of the stairs, there were 4 people staring at him. And on the right side, 3 more.
A lot of people.
All told, there were 7 of them. It looked as though they had been on their way down the stairs. They'd stopped short when they saw Junpei, their eyes wide. He'd done the same, of course, and now they stood there staring at one another. Junpei didn't move, one foot placed awkwardly on the next step, in the middle of a stride. Who were these people? This entire interaction lasted only a matter of seconds. The woman spoke to Junpei, and time began to move again.
I guess it's another one of us now.
A dancer?
The woman was dressed, Junpei thought, rather like a dancer. Her clothes covered very little, and her prodigious jewelry little more.
No, I'm not. You better get moving.
With no further ceremony, she ran straight past Junpei and toward the doors behind him.
Okay then.
The sudden proximity of a woman with such striking assets.
Yeah.
Oh, this is an Uchikoshi game, alright.
Yeah.
Left Junpei momentarily stunned. But the others wasted no time and quickly followed the strange woman.
Silver hair?
The first to pass Junpei was a young man with silver hair. He threw a quick
Wait.
glance in Junpei's direction as he ran, muttering.
One of us, huh?
What?
Nothing.
Following him was an older man, his face calm and without fear. Soft wrinkles sprouted from his eyes, and he came close enough as he passed for Junpei to see wisps of gray in his hair. His composure and shock of hair struck Junpei as rather like that of an elderly lion.
Going up won't do you any good. There are 2 doors, but neither of them will open.
Wait, hold on. The doors won't open?
The next to speak to Junpei was a girl with pink hair and a high voice.
Come on! Aren't you coming? You gotta hurry!
More red than pink, if you ask me.
Yeah,
Like, it's pinkish, yes.
Well, she
Yeah.
has those big streaks of pink.
Yes.
in it.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just like ratio of red to pink.
yeah.
It's more red.
Her small hand was wrapped around the wrist of another man. His eyes were closed, almost as though he were sleeping. His features were graceful, almost serene, and he was dressed rather elegantly for someone his age. Something about his posture seemed very refined, and Junpei couldn't help feeling he was noble and dignified somehow. He'd certainly never seen one, but this man seemed like what Junpei had always imagined a prince would be like.
That's 9 of us then. All of the cards are in hand.
What does that mean? Junpei opened his mouth to ask what the other man had meant, but the girl with pink hair rushed past him.
Wait! They're gone. Just what is going on? There's an old man like a lion, a girl with pink hair, and a prince, and I have no idea what they're talking about.
He turned just in time to see 2 more people running toward him. One of them had hair like a bird's nest and looked as though a stiff breeze might topple him, and the other was a veritable mountain of a man. The scrawny one scuttled past Junpei as though he were running from something.
What's that all about?
Hey! What the hell are you just standing there for? Didn't you hear him?
No.
The doors on A deck are no good. We gotta check the doors on B deck. Got it? Now go!
Before he had a chance to respond, the man laid a massive hand on Junpei's shoulder. With no more effort than Junpei would have used to brush aside a fly, the man shoved him out of the way.
Whoa.
Thrown off balance by the man and recent events, it took Junpei a few steps to get his bearings. He finally regained his balance and looked up at what the other 7 had been running toward.
Hey man, that was dangerous.
Oh, I just looked over at the the Japanese voice actor list you posted again and
Yeah.
noticed that Clover was Yukari Tamura. That's Teresa and Nahida.
Huh?
Yeah.
There were two
I
pairs.
really.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I didn't think you're. I didn't realize you were starting to narrate. Sorry.
Yeah.
The Japanese cast is like incredibly stacked, and they're all really good.
Yeah. There were two pairs of large iron doors set into the wall in front of him. They looked quite sturdy, and each had handles jutting from them. Written across the surface of each door in red paint was a number. The door on the right.
4. And this one says 5.
They're the same.
The guy Junpei had decided to call Silver was mumbling to himself.
The room I woke up in had a number on the door just like that.
You too, eh?
With an arched eyebrow, the lion looked over at Silver.
My cell was the same. A number upon the door. I opened it, ran down the hallway outside, and found myself in a rather grand room full of stairs, as I suspected the rest of you.
It was as though the floodgates had been opened. They all began to talk at once.
Me too.
Same for me. There was a door with a number on it.
It soon became clear that each one of them had awoken in a room with a locked door and solved a puzzle to escape. They'd all ended up in the same room, almost as though they'd been guided there.
Yes, we all saw
Almost,
the
huh?
same thing. That's not important. We need to hurry.
You think I don't know that lady?
Before the dancer had time to finish, Silver was already running.
Open! Damn it!
He grabbed hold of the door labeled 5 and pulled. However,
Fuck, it's not opening. This damn thing won't even budge.
Out of my way!
the mountain grabbed Silver's shoulder and tossed him aside. Don't imagine that took too much effort. He looks
No.
pretty scrawny. His path cleared. He took a few steps back, then threw himself at the door. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. The door shook as his body slammed into it, but showed no signs of breaking or opening. The mountain threw himself at the door again.
A body slam from a guy that big didn't even budge it. There must be some other way.
Junpei turned toward door 4. Next to the door, on the wall, was a small box.
This looks just like the device next to the door in that room earlier. So that means this door is probably locked too. But still...
He had to check. Junpei grabbed a handle and threw all of his weight onto it. It was locked as tight as the door next to it, as he'd suspected.
Damn it!
Junpei punched the door. It did not respond.
Are there any other doors?
He'd barely finished the thought when the C-deck plate he'd passed on his way up sprang unbidden to his mind. His body moved before he had time to think. Junpei turned and ran back toward the stairs. He had scarcely taken a step when, at the top of the stairs, next to an ornate clock embedded in the wall, he saw a person.
Yes.
There she is! It was a girl. She looked to be the same age as Junpei. He froze, unable to look away from her face. He wasn't confounded by her beauty or something equally silly. No, there was another reason he couldn't take his eyes off the girl. Junpei had seen her somewhere before. He couldn't quite remember where, but he knew. He knew he'd met her before. The girl, too, stared at Junpei, similarly stunned. Her response suggested she'd seen him before as well.
Huh?
Without saying a word, Junpei walked slowly toward her. She didn't move. It was almost as though she was held in place by some sort of magic spell. As Junpei stepped onto her landing, the spell broke. No sooner had he set his foot down than the whole ship shook a second time. The quake caught the girl unprepared and she fell.
Watch out!
Moving on instinct, Junpei leapt to catch her. Or so he thought.
Oh.
Her face was far closer than it should have been, mere inches from his own.
Yeah.
He was flat on his back, and she had landed squarely on top of him. The girl seemed as confused as he did, and her face suggested she still hadn't fully recovered from seeing him. For a moment that seemed to stretch for a very long time. They stared at one another. The ship stopped shaking. Everything was quiet. Water could be heard from the bottom of the ship, lapping faintly at walls and ceilings, but eventually that faded as well. The silence was complete, a thick, muffling blanket. At last, the girl opened her mouth.
Oh my gosh! Is that you, Jumpy?
Jumpy. Jumpy. Her words echoed through Junpei's head, and suddenly his memory returned.
Akane.
Why hadn't he realized it before? The girl was Akane Karashiki. She and Junpei had been friends in childhood. They'd gone to elementary school together for 6 years. But what was she doing on the ship? Her soft eyes were only inches away from his own. He could feel the warmth of her face. Feelings he'd thought long forgotten began to work their way to the surface. Bro, we don't have time for this right now! He could feel his face heating up. At that moment... A speaker crackled to life, and a cold, eerie voice filled the room.
What?
What's that voice?
They hurriedly untangled themselves from one another and struggled to their feet. Their 7 companions had heard the voice as well, and many of their faces had gone pale. They looked around frantically, desperate to locate the source of the voice. At last they found it, a speaker set in the ceiling. The voice was harsh, obscured occasionally by the crackle of static.
This is...
Junpei recognized it. How could he have forgotten it?
That guy in the gas mask! Hey, asshole! What the hell is this? Come on out here. I want to get a look at you.
What do you mean to do to us?
Nonary game.
What the hell's that?
The voice continued, implacable. I don't know if that's how you say that.
It is now.
It is.
Okay.
It is implacable.
That's one of those words that, like, I'm pretty sure I've only ever read.
What is he talking about?
Hey,
Lotus doesn't have pockets.
Something in my
Where did he put it?
check this out.
Silver reached into his pocket and pulled out a small slip of paper. The rest of them reached into their own pockets and pulled out similar slips of paper. Yeah, where is hers?
We don't want to know.
Like, why the fuck are her pants so far down her hips?
Oh, you know.
Junpei followed suit and dug into the pocket of his pants. He felt the telltale crumple of paper, slightly damp from his earlier ordeal.
Hey, I got one too.
Then it would seem Zero has seen
You
fit
ever think
to
about
grace
how
us
he has
each
to
with
go
a
through
letter.
this entire game with, like, wet shoes and socks?
Oh god!
Oh, that's evil.
Would you mind terribly reading it to us, young man?
I'm gonna get trench foot.
Oh god.
Yep.
His request had been delivered to Junpei, who, after a short moment of surprise, did as he'd been asked.
On this ship, you will find a handful of doors emblazoned with numbers. We will call them the numbered doors.
The doors in front of you are a pair of the same. The key to opening these numbered doors are the numbered bracelets that each of you possess. Should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open. Only those who have opened the door may pass through. There are, however, limits. Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door. All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute. So this thing on my arm is a bracelet.
He glanced around. It looked like everyone else had one as well, and had come to much the same conclusion.
The purpose of the game is simple. Leave this ship alive. It is hidden, but an exit can be found. Seek a way out. Seek a door that carries a 9.
There's one last thing I must tell you. As you have no doubt surmised, this ship has begun to sink. On April 14, 1912, the famous ocean liner Titanic crashed into Earth crew. After remaining afloat for 2 hours and 40 days, it sank beneath the waters of the North Atlantic. I will give you more time, 9 hours. That is the time you will be given to make your escape.
The voice finished, and the speaker went silent.
I hear a bell. I think it's coming from over by the stairs.
It's the clock telling us the time.
Everyone had their eyes on the antique clock embedded in the wall. 7, 8, 9. The sound of the 9th bell faded away. The 10th never came.
It rang 9 times, so 9 o'clock then?
I think it's 9 p.m. I couldn't see anything when I tried looking out the window earlier. It has to be nighttime.
If that is the case, then we would need to escape by 6 a.m. tomorrow.
Now it is time. Let our game begin. I wish you all the best of luck.
The speaker went silent and did not speak again.
Hey! You bastard! What do you mean by that? Come out here, you asshole!
That guy won't stop shouting. And the others.
Every time I start typing, it's because I have my mouth full, by the way.
Fair enough. Junpei, too, was consumed by his thoughts.
I have way too many questions. Who is Zero? What's the Nonary game? What's it for? Is he some nutjob just doing this to mess with us, or does he have some other purpose? Why pick me to be part of this insane game? And the others? Why are these 8 people here? And the most confusing of them all. Why is Akane here? I haven't seen her since elementary school. Why her? Why now? Coincidence? No. There's no way. There has to be a reason.
There sure are, buddy.
I don't know
There
what
sure
this
are
is all
reasons.
about. There has to be.
Very well.
The lion's voice seemed oddly loud in the silence.
Standing around here won't do us any good. Best we get moving, don't you think?
Get moving?
Are you planning to open the numbered doors? Hey, wait! But don't tell me you're actually gonna do what this Zero says.
No, that's not what I mean.
The lion shook his head, mildly annoyed.
I'm saying let's find another way. After all, we haven't really examined this place yet.
What?
Where have we not looked? Everyone searched A-Deck already, right?
Yeah, we were kind of in a rush though, so we probably missed some things.
Why don't we check out the lower floors first? We should see how deep this place goes.
I can work with that.
Then let's go.
Whoa! What the hell? It's completely submerged.
Damn. If the water level keeps rising like this, we're all gonna drown.
No, I don't believe that's something we have to worry about.
The prince knelt down and gently drew his hand across it.
See? The water's not flowing. That means the origin of the water has been stopped. Perhaps this Zero fellow has used some sort of remote control to seal a watertight door lower down. He said that our time limit was 9 hours. In other words, this water won't rise for 9 hours.
And you're saying we won't sink till then?
Well, that may be a little too optimistic. Wishful thinking.
That's depressing.
If we don't determine a way to advance from this point, we are stuck on A deck and C deck.
Looks that way.
Hey, hold on. How about we check C deck before we jump to any conclusions? We might find something there.
Ah, you're right. I think we should look at the metal doors by the big staircase, too. They're pretty suspicious.
No numbers on either door, and I don't see an authentication device either. Nope, it's locked.
This one too. Damn, none of the doors are opening.
Hey guys, over here. There's another door behind the stairs.
This one doesn't open either.
We'll see about that. Hey, old man, give me a hand.
Using force, I see. Let's give it a try.
It's not gonna do anything.
Richard Epcar, I love you.
It won't budge.
Could you not just start shouting out of nowhere? Almost gave me a heart attack, you know.
Oh, sorry.
It doesn't appear to have moved even with 2 of us trying. It's very well made.
Idiots. Try using your brain first.
Huh?
Take a closer look.
He's like, use my brain? What does that mean?
Keyhole.
Right.
A keyhole.
To open this door.
A key, huh?
You got a problem?
No, I just really doubt we'll find a key that easily.
Ignoring
got
the
hairpins?
the tense air between the two, Junpei moved closer to examine the doorknob.
What's this?
Just above it was a strange mark in the shape of a circle surrounding a dot.
There's a mark on it. Does it mean something?
Hey, look! Over here, too!
Pink Hair was looking at double doors they hadn't examined yet.
More doors.
I think they're elevators. There's an inverted triangle button by them.
May as well try pressing it. Huh. Nothing.
Junpei's pretty much his whole method of solving things is to just press buttons.
I mean, that's so real.
Or we need to
Yeah.
do something with this card.
I'm sorry,
reader.
who the fuck calls it an inverted triangle button?
There's a
That's goddamn down arrow.
What is this?
Oh, that's an alchemical symbol.
That was the other one.
Yeah. I
That
wouldn't
was the
have picked up
alchemical
on it
symbol
if it
for
didn't show
Booby.
another one, though. But yeah, the other one is the sun, I believe.
Or that.
It looks like a lowercase
Same
h
thing.
with a dash drawn across the upper stem of the H.
Junpei stared at it for a while.
This is the symbol of Saturn. It's an astrological symbol.
Then
Yes,
the mark on the
girl.
other door.
I think that was the sun symbol.
He knows
We saw
everything.
the same symbols on A deck.
We did?
I don't remember that.
A-deck, huh? Huh.
I like
I
Clover's
haven't been there,
voice.
so I wouldn't know.
We may as well check again since we're talking about it.
Lion's words urged them on, and they took the stairs up.
There, the 2 doors next to the stairs. The one on the left had a keyhole with a similar symbol engraved on it.
She's right. It looks similar to what we saw downstairs.
This is an Earth symbol. The horizontal line symbolizes the equator, and the vertical one represents the prime meridian.
I see.
I love
Junpei
her.
looked up at the ceiling.
The ceiling. It's as if it's covering something up.
Perhaps it was a dome.
The ceiling. They all cover something up.
I wish we could get out through there.
Why we're just all fucking dying over the ceiling.
Be realistic. We'd need a lot of explosives to open that up.
The windows, too. Huh. They're all covered.
There were several windows along both sides of the ship, or at least there had been. They, too, were covered with metal plates.
In other words, we're trapped. All the exits go nowhere.
Junpei was not happy. I can imagine. The girl with pink hair spoke up.
Well, I'm sure they go somewhere. We just can't open them.
Then the mountain spoke.
You don't know that. For all we know, they just open into walls or take us in circles.
The prince did not agree.
No. I'm sure they go somewhere. Otherwise, what point would there be? And we can open them. Well, 2 of them at least.
Oh, you mean the numbered doors.
All eyes turned toward the doors with numbers on them. The atmosphere in the room grew tense.
Hey, wait a minute. I think I said this earlier, but I don't think we should do that.
The dancer moved in front of the doors, as if to block them.
We'd have to be crazy to open these doors. If we do that, we're doing exactly what Zero wants us to do.
Suddenly, everyone began to speak at once.
May as well give it a shot. Can't stay here forever.
Yeah, do you have any other
I'm in favor
choices?
as well.
Really?
No,
For real?
I'm totally against this.
But shouldn't we at least try?
We don't
Objection
know what will happen.
noted
We
and
should stay
overruled.
Here.
Yeah.
We don't have time for that. In 8.5 hours, this ship is going to sink.
The clamor of voices made it next to impossible to determine who was saying what. Their arguments grew more and more intense until people were shouting and screaming at one another.
Hey, shut up!
They fell silent, and all eyes turned to Junpei. He felt each stare burning into him, but he refused to flinch.
Before we try and decide where we're going to go, there's something else we ought to do.
What's that?
We need to exchange information. We don't know anything about each other.
Like you just crashed your car into theirs.
I want to know
Yeah.
who you guys are. Who you are, where you came from, why you ended up here. Don't tell me you aren't curious too.
They were silent. Some of them looked the other way, or bit their lip, or crossed their arms and stared at the ceiling. But one of them spoke up. It was Akane.
I agree. I think Jumpy is right.
Jumpy?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about him. I just call him Jumpy. His name is Junpei.
She pointed toward Junpei.
We're childhood friends. We went to the same elementary school.
Wait, stop. Don't tell us stuff we didn't ask you about. He's probably watching us right now. What are you gonna do if he's listening in?
Oh, would that be bad?
Hell yeah, it would! We don't know how much that bastard knows about us. Maybe he just picked a bunch of random people to kidnap. If that is the case, then it'd be dangerous for us to let him know too much. If Zero knows who we are, he could go after our families. Maybe he'd tell us he had them to get us to do stuff, you know?
But we still need to know what our names are. It's going to be hard to talk to each other if we don't have names.
Alright, then why don't we have code names?
To him, apparently, it seemed like the obvious solution.
Code names?
Yeah, we'll each pick something. Like, I'll be 7.
7? Why are you 7?
It seemed a fair question. The mountain stuck out his left arm.
Because this bracelet number says 7.
Oh, I get it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
He smirked.
All right, I'm gonna be Santa. You chumps know Japanese? Son means
This is funnier when
So,
you're using the
I'll be
Japanese.
Santa.
Yeah.
voice.
Santa Claus.
Yeah.
Fits, don't you think?
Do any of you
new
Japanese
bracelet
people
number.
know Japanese?
Yeah, it's got a 3 on it. Good job, Grandpa.
Just like the mountain had done, Silver thrust out his left hand. Sure enough, the face of his bracelet read 3.
Very well then. I'll go next, shall I? My bracelet number is 1. Given that, I think Ace seems appropriate.
I'll be Lotus then. As I'm sure you all know, it has 8 petals. Which means, of course, that my bracelet number is 8.
I would appreciate it if you
Knows
would
that it
call
has
me
8 petals.
Snake.
Off the
My
top of your
bracelet
fucking
number
head.
is 2. Since Ace has chosen cards, then I choose dice. Snake eyes, clearly. Which is particularly relevant given that I am blind.
I like
can't
you.
see?
I knew it.
World's first
Democratically elected gay
democratically
man.
voted gay character.
Yes!
He's
Snake is gay now!
He'd kept his eyes closed during their entire ordeal, which had suggested something strange, but to hear it said so casually, it was something of a surprise. Everyone seemed a little nervous at the prince's proclamation, but no one seemed to know how to react to it.
Me next.
There was one person, however, who didn't seem to be surprised in the least. The girl with pink hair.
I want to be Clover. You know, like a 4-leaf clover. Good luck, right?
Looking almost bored, she held out her left hand. The face of her bracelet showed the number 4. They'd come around to Junpei. He held out his bracelet.
Alright, my number's 5. So my code name is gonna be...
Everybody knows your
You
name.
what? Everybody fucking knows your goddamn
I
name.
like the implication that as they were going around, he was thinking of a code name, and he just never gets to say it.
Yeah. Poor dude.
The dancer cut him off in mid-sentence.
I mean, we all know your name already. You're Junpei.
Oh,
He's so disappointed.
He doesn't get to have a cool code name because Akane fucking outed him.
They all nodded. Akane stepped forward nervously.
Then you should all call me by my name too. Because, I mean, it doesn't seem...
It doesn't seem fair to Jumpy.
You're thinking it's not cool for you to hide your name after you told us his.
Akane fidgeted awkwardly. Junpei decided he had to do something.
What's your bracelet number?
It's 6.
She hesitated for a moment, then held out her left hand. As she'd claimed, the bracelet's face showed a 6. Junpei looked at it for a moment and thought.
Alright then, why don't we call you June?
June?
Yeah, you know, it's the 6th month of the year. So you're June.
Jumpy?
Akane kneaded her hands and looked up at Junpei, uncertain. He smiled back at her reassuringly.
Are you good with that?
Yeah.
She thought about it for a few more minutes, then seemed to come to a decision and gave Junpei a small nod.
Okay then.
Their names decided, Junpei ran over them quickly in his head.
So this is how everyone breaks down. 1 is Ace. 2 is Snake. 3 is Santa. 4 is Clover. 5 is me. 6 is June. 7 is 7. And 8 is Lotus. That means 8 of us have revealed our bracelet numbers. The only one left is...
That glasses guy with hair like a bird's nest.
You haven't said a thing so far, have you?
His skin was pale, his breathing was heavy, and he was soaked with nervous sweat. His behavior seemed very suspicious, or perhaps simply emotionally unstable. It was difficult to tell. Whatever the case, it seemed clear that he had only a fingertip's worth of a grip on his sanity.
Me too.
The girl with pink hair, Clover, walked up to him slowly. She put her hands on her hips and eyed him suspiciously.
What number are you?
He didn't answer. His bloodshot eyes twitched from person to person, and his breath came in hot pants.
Hey, I'm talking to you.
The man licked his dry lips with a shaking tongue and spoke with a voice like old paper.
Isn't it obvious? There are 9 people here, and you know who numbers 1 through 8 are. I'm the only one left.
So you're 9?
Yeah.
He extended a trembling arm. The bracelet did indeed say 9. Clover looked at it contemptuously.
What's your code name?
Code name?
What do you want us to call you? We all made up names. You should too.
I don't need one.
Why not?
Because I am not gonna stay here with you.
He took a shuddering breath and exhaled. Clover looked at him with something very like disgust.
You've got some sort of plan?
I do.
Yeah? What's that?
You sure you want to know?
Yeah?
All right, let me show you. I'm gonna do this!
By the time they realized what he was doing, it was too late to stop him. The man's body moved like a snake's. In the blink of an eye, he had slid around behind her and wrapped his arm around her waist.
Hey! What the hell do you think you're doing?
Silver, Santa, leapt forward toward Clover and the ninth man. He was halfway there when...
Stay back!
Suddenly, the man's hand dove into his pocket.
Ah!
He held it to Clover's pale, quivering neck.
If you get any closer, I'll cut her open! Yeah, that's right.
What do you think you're doing, dude?
Right.
How is this in any way helpful? The man's smile was neither friendly nor reassuring. Sweat poured down his neck, soaking the collar of his shirt.
Clover, are you all right?
The prince, Snake's voice sounded oddly concerned.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Her voice shook, making her words even less convincing.
What the hell are you trying to do?
I told you, this is my plan.
What are you gonna do to her, you sick son of a bitch?
Don't worry, I'm not gonna do anything to her. If she just does what I tell her to, I'll let her go.
He started to move backward, slowly, keeping his grip on Clover.
Slowly. That's right. Just follow me.
Keeping their distance, Junpei and the others followed. Eventually, the man reached the wall. He gave a start as his back touched it, then glanced around quickly and spoke.
Here. Verify. The left. Look on your left. Do you see the device on the wall? Place your hand on the scanner panel, the round part.
What if I don't?
The man's nostrils flared and he looked like he was about to choke.
Are you an idiot? What do you think? I could slit your throat right now. I'll kill you if I have to. All I need is your bracelet. Just do it. Do it now.
He pressed the knife against Clover's neck hard.
Okay, I'll do it.
Slowly, she stretched her left hand out toward the device.
Like this?
Her back was to it, and she had to feel around for a moment before she found the circular panel. It made a cold electronic noise, and the display above her hand, on the display above her hand, an asterisk appeared.
So that's how it works. He called that round part of the device the scanner panel. If we put our left hand on it, our bracelet number gets entered into the device. Then, should you total the numbers on your numbered bracelets and find that the digital root of that number is equal to the number of that door, the door will open.
But it needs 3 to 5 people. Junpei shifted his eyes to the door itself. The number on it was 5.
Door 5. But why does this guy know so much about how this thing works? It's like he knows exactly what to do.
Good. Good. You're done. Next.
His bloodshot eyes crept from person to person until finally, they stopped on the lion, Ace.
You, right? You're the one with the number 1 bracelet, right?
Yes, I am. So?
Then you're next. Just verify your number like this little brat did. What are you doing? Do it! Don't you care what happens to her?
Okay, just calm down.
Ace held up his hands, palms out. The 9th man jerked his chin toward the device.
I'm coming over.
Slowly, cautiously, Ace moved toward the device. After what seemed like an agonizing eternity, he reached it.
Now, verify.
All right, this is what you wanted, right?
Ace nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. The device beeped again, and a second asterisk appeared.
Now the device has both Clover and Ace's numbers, 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 is 5. It's the same as the number written on the door, but it won't open yet.
Only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
One more person. If what Zero said is true, he needs one more person. Who? Who does he need?
Get back!
His voice shook, but the knife he held to Clover's throat made his words a command. Ace took 2, then 3 steps back.
No! Farther! More than that! Go all the way back!
Okay.
Slowly, Ace did what he was told. The 9th man's lips curled into a cruel, twisted smile.
Don't tell me.
That was when Junpei understood his plan.
Clover's 4 and Ace's 1. Added to the 9th man's 9. 4 plus 1 plus 9 is 14, and the digital root of 14. 1
It took
plus
him this
4
long to
is
realize.
5. In other words,
Junpei. Come on,
Junpei,
man.
please.
Thank God you were all so cooperative. Now I can get out of this nightmare.
He pressed his own hand against the scanner panel. I mean, you can get past this door, but I feel like the numbers in the next set of doors are going to be different. The third asterisk appeared on the screen. He dropped his hand to the lever on the side of the device and pulled. The door opened with a heavy, metallic groan.
Good! I don't need you anymore.
He let go of Clover.
Wait!
Junpei leapt toward the 9th man, but he wasn't fast enough.
Here! She's all yours.
The man shoved Clover and hopped through the door.
His little tiny
Have a
hand.
good one, guys.
His little
I'm
tiny
going off
baby
ahead
hand.
now. Well then. Goodbye.
He raised his hand and waved, a twisted smirk on his face. Then he was gone. The door ground shut with a dull clang of metal on metal.
Clover, are you all right?
Snake ran to Clover's side as she lay on the floor.
Yeah, I'm fine.
She climbed unsteadily to her feet, and once there, leaned heavily on Snake's shoulder for support.
Damn it!
I gotta go deal with something. One sec. Okay, so my hotkey for pausing the recording switches it to autoplay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. Where was I? Junpei ran to the door. That bastard. The others followed him. I can't, just take it back. I have to... The others followed him. Several pairs of hands grabbed hold of the handles and pulled. Open, damn it. They grunted and strained, but shit, it won't budge. That was when Lotus, the dancer, spoke. Her voice was quiet. Okay, there we go.
Do you hear something?
Like, what?
Like some sort of beeping.
Yeah, I heard that. Junpei pressed his ear against the cold metal of the door. The others did the same.
You're right. I can hear it too.
Everyone was supposed to go through the door. Well, everyone who contributed.
What is it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then they heard something else. It was the 9th man.
Why isn't it stopping? God damn it! You lied!
Lied?
This wasn't supposed to happen! This is wrong! This is wrong!
His voice shook with fear. Safe on the outside, they stepped back from the door and looked at one another.
What is happening in there?
Open the door, please! I'm begging you! Help me! Please get me out of here! Get me out of here!
Ah, God damn it!
Junpei grabbed hold of the device. He slammed his hand on the scanner panel. Nothing happened.
Why? Why won't it work?
'Cause it's already been used.
Engaged? Is it because it's occupied?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, there's no time left! Listen, I was lied to! He lied to me! He put me in here! It was him! He killed me!
Yeah, you're being real vague, my dude.
The explosion rocked the room. Instinctively, they ducked, then stood up slowly when they realized there was no danger. No one spoke. Silence filled the room.
Do you guys think he's okay?
All eyes turned toward it.
Did that thing just make that sound?
The display changed from engaged to vacant.
Let's see if we can open it.
7, the mountain, swallowed hard.
Okay.
Junpei nodded and placed his hand on the scanner panel. A red asterisk appeared on the LCD panel.
Well, it registered my bracelet number, but it won't open with one person. We need at least 2 more people.
What to do? Okay, so... Hang on. I needed math.
Ooh, math.
Wait, any of these work?
Yes, all the choices are correct.
Okay. I don't know. Guys, which one should I pick? Does it matter?
Santa and June!
Santa and June. Yeah.
Santa and
I am not surprised
June.
in the slightest
You
that
think
this
you
is
could
what
give
you
me
would pick. The pun was a little too on the nose, but the mood was still grim. Both Santa and June lifted their left hands silently. He verified, and she followed suit.
5 plus 3 plus 6 is 14. The digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 equals 5. This should do it. Now we just need to pull the lever on the side.
You guys ready? I'm gonna open it.
Junpei grabbed the lever and looked back over his shoulder. They stiffened and nodded. Junpei nodded back and set his mouth in a grim line. Then he slowly lowered the lever. There was a metallic groan, and the door slid open. A breath of air drifted out of it, carrying a stench that nearly made them gag. Junpei grimaced and put a hand over his mouth.
Oh my god.
Good God.
Lotus and Ace shuddered. 7 grunted.
Whoa, that's pretty bad.
Yeah, even Santa's voice shook.
Hey, it blew up.
It appeared that Santa was right. The hallway on the other side of the door was splattered with chunks of torn flesh and dark red blood. The shriek echoed across the room. It had come from June. Then her strength left her and she dropped. As Junpei turned to catch her, the door groaned shut. She crumpled to the floor.
June, are you okay?
Junpei dropped to his knees and put his arm around her shoulders. That was when he noticed. Her whole body was feverish. She was radiating intense heat.
What the hell? Where'd this fever come from?
June didn't answer. Her face looked like wax, and her whole body began to shake.
Alright, okay, let's just rest for a minute, okay? You think you can walk?
She nodded weakly. Junpei lifted June to her feet and guided her to a nearby chair.
Here we go.
As gently as he could, he set her down in it.
How are you feeling? Are you alright?
She nodded, and as she did, a single, huge tear rolled down the side of her face.
Why? Why did this happen?
Her voice cracked, broken by misery and grief and choked by sobs.
Why did this happen?
Junpei spun around.
Do any of you know what the fuck is going on here? Who's Zero? What's this nonary game? Come on! Anybody? Anything? What the hell is going on? What are we doing here?
No one spoke. Ace, Snake, Santa, Clover, Seven, and Lotus. They simply stood there. 7 pairs of downcast eyes and 7 grim lines for mouths. June's body shook with silent sobs. They slowed as the minutes ticked by, and eventually they stopped. Then suddenly, in the cold, heavy silence that had enveloped them like a thick fog, a bell began to ring. The clock in the central hall. 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And then, on the 10th ring, it stopped. The sound of the bell faded away into silence.
It's 10 o'clock then.
Ace said what each of them had been thinking.
That means it's been an hour since Zero's little announcement.
Seven's deep voice echoed across the room.
Fuck! I've had enough of this crap!
Santa leapt to his feet, his fists clenched.
How long are we gonna pussyfoot around like this? We've only got 8 hours until this time limit Zero is going on about is up. Let's get going already! Go! Go!
Santa's outburst fell on deaf ears. No one seemed to agree with him. They stared back at him, their eyes blank and their faces tired. Finally, Lotus spoke.
No, I refuse. I'm not gonna end up like him.
Him? You mean the 9th man?
Of course, who else?
In his mind's eye, Junpei saw the corpse again.
Blood. Blood and pieces of flesh.
The dark reddish-black pool of blood. The scattered pieces of flesh. Organs strewn across the floor like the blossoming of a grotesque flower. The explosion that had torn through his body had been powerful.
That's no way for a person to die.
The 9th man's neck had been twisted at an odd angle. Junpei suspected the detonation had thrown him against the wall. Half of his face was crushed, and the other half was covered in blood. Most of his abdomen had been emptied, either by the explosion or by gravity. He had landed on his back, and stark white ribs jutted up out of his chest. Bleh. Can I talk? Like the legs of some sort of macabre crab. Junpei felt something flip in his stomach.
I think he just screwed up.
Eyebrows went up, and Santa continued.
He probably set off some sort of trap, and that killed him. I'm not gonna screw up like that. I'm getting out of here alive.
Guys, if you go over the rules again, I think it's pretty obvious what happened here.
Yeah.
No, Snake.
Whatever Snake was laughing at, Santa did not find particularly humorous.
What's so goddamn funny?
Oh, my apologies. You were just, so very confident. I couldn't help myself.
What the fuck?
I think you've mistaken the situation.
Huh?
The 9th man's death. It had nothing to do with a trap. Or at least, not the sort of trap you imagine it did.
Then?
He broke one of Zero's rules. That was why he died. quite simple if you think about it.
Now, given he mentioned that Zero lied to him, my thought is he was an intentional sacrifice to show everybody what happens if you don't follow the rules.
He didn't say that Zero lied to him. He did not specify who he was.
True. Okay.
You still don't... All right. How about you take a moment and think back to what Zero said? Specifically, what did he say about the number
to a
of
bunch
people?
of toddlers out here.
He said only 3 to 5 people can pass through one numbered door.
Wrong shark.
And after that?
Yeah,
You've
wrong
forgotten
shark.
the relevant part.
Oh, hang up. Let me turn Hansi's voice up, because I can't hear. Okay, there we go.
What did Zero say?
Hello.
Oh, you're playing with English.
Yeah. Alright.
Wait.
Okay. Santa furrowed
Oh, I
his
am
brow
going
in
to use
thought.
this for evil.
A single hee.
Okay.
Junpei thought back. Zero said that everyone who verified had to go through.
All those who enter must leave, and all who enter must contribute, right? I think it was something like that. Whatever it
Oh,
was,
God.
it means that groups of less than 3 or more than 5 can't go through.
The difference of
That is
tone
correct. A gold star for you,
Right.
Junpei.
between English Junpei and Japanese Junpei is vast.
Yeah.
Snake inclined his head toward Junpei. Well, see, my main reason for going with the English voices was, again, I am recording this, and, I know when I'm, like, watching a Let's Play or whatever, if English voices are an option for the game, I would kind of rather it be on English voices.
no. That's totally fair.
Yeah.
I'm just shocked at the difference.
Yes.
Yeah, they sound really, really different.
The ninth man, however,
Junpei.
broke that rule. He tried to pass through a numbered door by himself. That was why he was executed.
Then Zero's watching us from somewhere, making sure we don't break any rules.
Oh, I'm not so sure of that.
Why not?
Because this execution system is entirely automatic. You didn't notice? There's no need for him to monitor us.
What do you mean?
Bracelet go boom. Snake looked at Seven with what could only be described as pity and sighed.
Very well. I see it must be me who tells you. I've waited long
God.
enough, I suppose. I had hoped Zero might spare me the trouble, but that seems increasingly unlikely.
He couldn't see them, of course, but perhaps Snake sensed the confused eyes upon him. When Ace spoke, he gave words to everyone else's thoughts.
Do you know something?
Well, I know a great many things, but yes.
What is it you know?
Here.
Snake removed a card from the pocket of his jacket.
Card? What does it say?
See for yourself.
With a flourish, he presented it to Ace, who took a close look at it and spoke.
Come on now, what's the point of giving me this?
Give me that.
Santa snatched the card from Ace, but his expression of disgust quickly turned to one of confusion.
Huh? The hell is this?
Seven tugged it out of Santa's hands. Is somebody going to say what it says?
Nice.
No.
The card went
No.
from Seven to Lotus, from Lotus to June, and finally to Junpei. He looked at it and understood.
This is Braille.
I see!
This is Braille.
Nobody's gonna say it because nobody in Snake knows it.
Braille, the written language of the blind. The card was covered with small embossed bumps. Junpei could recognize it, but he certainly couldn't read it.
Sorry, guys, I can't read this. Here, have it back.
Junpei handed the card back to Snake, who nodded at him with a small smirk.
Okay, that was fun. What's so important about that card?
I found it in my pocket. I can only assume it is a message from Zero.
From Zero?
A message?
What does it say?
You all had messages in your pocket. You all had a set of rules given to you. Like, why is this surprising?
Why? For real.
Nobody here is smart.
Nope.
Suddenly, everyone was crowding around Snake, desperate to hear what the message said. Santa
It's the
especially
idiot
looked
ball.
as if he were about to grab hold of Snake and shake the answers from him. Snake raised his hand.
Calm down now. No need to panic. You don't need to force me. I'll read it.
Junpei swallowed hard and waited for him to start. He was not the only one. Presently, Snake began to read, his voice calm. His fingers glided over the tiny bumps as he spoke.
Bracelet number 2. Since you are not blessed with sight, I shall bless you, and only you, with information. I shall tell you of the function of the red, of the dead, and of the bracelet.
The red is the recognition device. It will verify your number.
Oh, that's
Beside
interesting.
every numbered door, you will find a red.
They use the
Is the
same.
deactivation device.
They
Audio.
use the same voice modulation to mess with the voice as in the Japanese.
Yeah.
It does
It makes sense.
exactly what it says. Once you have passed through the numbered door, you must use dead to stop the detonator in your bracelet. But perhaps you are wondering, what does this detonator detonate? I am afraid this might be something of a surprise. I have placed a small bomb inside of you and people whom you are about to meet. You swallowed it while you were unconscious. I have no doubt, by the time you read this note, the bomb will have passed your stomach and found its way to your small intestine. In other words, you will be unable to regurgitate it. I suggest you do not try. As I mentioned before, the bracelet on your left hand contains a detonator. Think of it as a
Anybody got laxatives?
I was just thinking that.
There is only one condition to cause it to detonate. That condition is that you enter a numbered door. Once you have done so, the timer will activate, no matter who you may be. You will have 81 seconds. If, after that time, the detonator has not been deactivated, it will send a signal to the bomb in your body, instructing it to explode. In order to deactivate the detonator, every person who verified their number at the red must also verify their numbers at the dead. Once all numbers have been verified by the dead, you need only pull the lever at its side, and the countdown will cease. Anyone who does not verify their number at the red will find themselves unable to verify their number at the dead. That is to say, if you should pass through a numbered door without first verifying your number at the red, in 81 seconds, you will be dead. You must also keep in mind that the numbered doors will close automatically after 9 seconds have passed. So long as the door is open, the dead will not function. You would do well to remember this. Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the exotic wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically. There is no other way to remove your bracelet. If you attempt to force it off, or disable the detonator, the bomb within you will immediately explode.
Yep, what did I say, dude? Trying to
This
force
is
it off
all the information
would not
which
have been
I can
smart.
impart to you. How you choose to use it is for you to decide. If
Yeah,
used
well, we've
wisely,
already
you can
established
eliminate
that,
those who might be a danger to you.
Not everybody
For
here
a
is using
time,
their
you would be
brain.
able to control your
Yeah.
fate. I wish you the best of luck.
Also, me reading some of Snake's dialogue, like, I would talk like this.
Snake finished reading and carefully returned the card to his pocket.
So it's saying only those who verify their numbers at the red can pass through the numbered doors. Teams can't add or subtract people after they're scanned in. The reds, deads, and bracelets enforce the rules. They're judge, jury, and executioner.
Mm-hmm.
Shit! A fucking bomb! Come out!
Santa desperately
Come out,
trying to
damn it.
shit his pants.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, who made that noise?
I think that was Newt.
In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. The rest stiffened. Some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Junpei gingerly touched his stomach.
There's a bomb inside me.
The thought of it made him queasy.
Oh,
His stomach felt oddly hollow, and his legs were weak.
what made Zero think creating this horror show of a game was a good idea?
Beast games.
Junpei looked over at the others.
All right. I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero?
They were all
Junpei
silent.
in English sounds so angry.
I mean, I guess I would be too.
Yeah. They were all
Also, I
silent.
mean, like, to be fair, Tatsun also sounds like angry.
But he sounds more confused to me.
I get it, but like, I've also heard him. I'm making gestures with my hands like you can see me. I've also heard his voice as Aglavale and Noctis, and they both sound significantly less Anki than Junpei does.
Yeah. They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what the others would say. Finally, Santa spoke.
Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. You know, like surprise or something.
Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence, and then everyone spoke at once.
I saw that too.
I did as well.
Me too. I didn't see inside the mask, though. That mask, it was really scary.
Huh?
Oh, so all of our abductions were the same. We were taken from home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had a mask on. There was white smoke, and then each of us passed out. We woke up to find ourselves on D-Deck, in a room with a 3-level bunk bed.
How about you, Seven? Did the same happen to you?
Only Seven's story seemed to lack the detail of the others.
Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours.
That was all he had said. It had occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue.
Okay, that's good enough for now.
He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger.
So, I have a question.
That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover.
Snake and Clover, you were both kidnapped from the same room, and you woke up together.
Junpei looked at them thoughtfully.
So, what's the deal with the two of you anyway?
It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide.
We're siblings.
Siblings?
Yes. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. That really so hard to understand?
Junpei was
look nothing
taken aback.
alike.
The others seemed just as surprised.
She is correct, of course.
He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder.
Are you, surprised?
Well, yeah, but
Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance.
Snake pointed at Junpei and June.
Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me?
Ah, yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you?
Wait, you went to school together?
Yeah.
June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention.
Well, yeah.
Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well, and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible.
Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way?
yeah, you're right. You connect the dots
Fuck
between
is
the
that
victims and
noise?
the leads.
Like, I
That's
know
the
it's your
stuff.
sound for, but what the fuck is that?
Chimp with impact.
Junpei. June. Does
That's
any of
all
this
it
ring a bell?
says.
Ring a bell.
Chimp with impact.
Ring a bell?
Kind of sounds like a fragrance.
They looked at one another, and like it was staged, they both tilted their neck at the same time.
Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire.
A millionaire?
Son?
Well, someone bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich.
Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Most likely, Zero is simply the representative of a larger group.
What sort of organization?
It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment.
If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on! A guy's dead!
The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. The room went quiet again.
I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's gotta be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues.
Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time.
Guys. Guys.
I thought we were
please.
finished
Guys.
with that topic.
The time limit!
What
You have
do?
9 hours, dumbasses. Move
8.
on.
Probably like 8 and a half,
Yeah.
7.5 now.
Yeah.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talking!
Santa threw up his hands, his voice filled with irritation.
Talking won't solve anything! It can't help us find our way out of here! You're really sure you want to just sit around? We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted an hour and a half of our 9 hours.
Everyone there was already on the edge of panic. What Santa told them only made that feeling more intense. No one was willing to argue this time.
You're right.
Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed.
Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump.
Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing.
Well, thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works.
Correct. And so long as we all follow the rules, we will most likely be all right.
But
But what?
who's going to go in which door?
June looked toward the numbered doors.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door.
Then it would seem we will have to split up.
Wait,
Lotus looked terrified.
I'm telling you now, there is no way in hell that I'm going into door 5.
Come on now, don't be selfish.
Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here.
And we were doing so well.
Ace shook his head sadly.
Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5.
Oh, Santa, not you too.
Hey man, I
Disappointed
just bought
dad.
these shoes. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over him, you got another thing coming.
That was the last straw.
What the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going?
Yeah, so doesn't mean I wanted to go into door 5.
Oh, God.
There was an awkward silence. Finally, Seven spoke.
Fine, I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me?
There was another long silence.
Silly boy.
This time, Snake was the one to break it.
I'll go.
What?
Don't worry. You'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later.
How do you know that?
Because I do.
That's not an answer. If you're
Clover, that
going,
points at gay
I'm going
people.
too. Door 5.
What am I going to do with you?
There's nothing you have to do.
Ace stepped forward.
If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7, and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5.
7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 is 14. The digital root of 14. 1 plus 4 is 5.
Oh, it works perfectly. The 4 of us can go into door 5.
Wait, what about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be?
Junpei did a quick mental calculation.
Lotus, Santa, June, and me. Our bracelet numbers are 8, 3, 6, and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. What would our digital root be?
11, 22. Yep. That's gonna be a 4.
8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 is 22. So, the digital root of 22, 2 plus 2 equals 4.
He repeated what he'd determined.
It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4.
Then we can go into door 4.
Yeah. Huh. That worked out well.
So the team assignments will be like this. 7, Snake, Clover, and Ace. They would go through door 5. Lotus, Santa, June, and me will go through door 4.
Are these really the teams I want? Beyond door 5 is what remains of the Ninth Man. I never want to see that thing again, but something's telling me that it'd be a good idea to examine the corpse, even just a little closer. Of course, if I went through door 5, I wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. I could bring June with me through door 5, but that means she'd have to see the body in there. I don't want to put her through that.
Junpei was torn.
Should I stay silent and go through door 4? Or should I stop them and insist on door 5?
As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up.
All right then. It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go?
He began to walk toward door 5.
I'm going through door 5.
Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind.
We're over there too, right, Snake?
The door's not going anywhere. Slow down.
Which door?
Okay, here we go.
Or did you want us to make a decision, or are you?
Well, I mean, I should save, first of all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah.
So, would I be safe in assuming that there are bad ends?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%. Absolutely yes.
Well, he's got a point about going through door 5, but then we'd have to shuffle the numbers again. We'll see.
Do you want to be a lamb or do you want to be a wolf? Do you want to choose your own fate?
Go with door number 4, because of the Fenya Rinpa.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
You have to the Fenya
Door
Rinpa.
4 would be fine.
I'll go through door 4 with Lotus, Santa, and June. There's nothing to worry about. I just need to stay by her side.
June, Akane
It
Karashiki.
should be fine. It's no problem this way. I should see the other 4 off.
He made no shows of affection, but Junpei saw her as something more than just a friend from his childhood.
Looks like Ace and the others are going.
He watched the other 4 walk toward their door. Ace, Snake, Clover, and 7. Junpei said nothing as they left. Before long, they had reached door 5. They talked to one another for a few seconds, saying things Junpei couldn't hear, and then laid their hands, one by one, on the scanner panel of the red.
Now then.
Ace grabbed the lever. His face tight with determination, he turned over his shoulder to look at Junpei and his companions.
Goodbye.
Be careful.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy.
As Ace pulled the lever, the door swung open, the mouth of a great, hungry beast.
Oh,
So horrible.
Iron.
Beyond the door, Junpei knew, lay the sad remains of the ninth man. It did not surprise him that Ace, Clover, and Seven hesitated. The body was not a pleasant thing.
What are you doing? We need to hurry.
Snake had no such problems, as his blindness made him immune to the horror. I mean, I'm sure it still smells terrible in there.
I mean...
What? Meat! What fucking sound? You're making me, you're killing me.
Does fresh blood actually have a scent?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
If there's enough
like
of it.
iron.
Yeah.
Yes. I wonder if it... Because it was a bomb. I wonder if there's, like, any sort of, like, gunpowdery smell, too.
Probably. Probably also a burnt smell, a little bit.
A burnt meat smell?
Ugh. He stepped through the door, his feet making a wet splack in the pool of blood. Yeah, that also the sound.
I mean, his shoes are already wet. Might as well get blood on them. You know? It's just, he's just having one of those days.
Snake, your shoes.
It's fine. Hurry! Or are you planning on dying with everyone else? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
Sorry, Snake.
Let's go.
The three remaining steeled themselves and stepped through the door. Door 5 swung shut, closing with the heavy finality of metal upon metal. Junpei and his companions scrambled to the door.
Hey! How is it over there? Did you find anything? Please say something, will you?
Meat!
Something's beeping.
It's just like before.
Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet.
Do you think they're okay?
June's face showed her concern more plainly than her words ever could. Almost as though in response to her question, a voice rang out from the other side of the door. It was Seven.
Hey, there it is! That's gotta be that dead thing! Come on, get over here! We gotta authenticate!
Safe.
The beeping stopped.
The sighs of relief were audible even through the heavy door.
Looks like it stopped.
Junpei and his companions leaned away from the door and breathed a collective sigh of relief of their own.
Hey, guys! Are you doing alright over there?
They'd heard Seven's voice, but it wouldn't hurt to be sure.
Yes, we're fine.
Despite the recent danger, Clover's voice was as bubbly as ever.
Oh, hey, I'm gonna tell you about this whole dead thing, okay? The dead is just like the red, but the color's different. You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue.
The red was red.
Other than that, it's just like the red. Authenticating is the same too.
Awesome! Thanks. That helps a lot.
Well, we should probably move on now. You be careful out there.
Roger that.
Junpei and the others left door 5 and headed toward door 4.
Now it's our turn. I'll go first.
They stood in front of the red and placed each of their hands upon it. Four asterisks appeared on the screen. Junpei grabbed the lever and turned around.
Okay, we ready?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's go.
None of them looked particularly optimistic, but their faces were set. Junpei nodded to them and turned back toward the red.
All right, let's go.
With strength and determination, he pulled the lever.
This is an Undertale. Stop.